What do you got today?
What do you see when you look at these guys? And obviously, they're coached to be a pretty good three-point shooting team. It hasn't quite been there yet, but they're still a really balanced, high-octane offense.
Yeah, no, they're really good. They what are they, 2, 3 in the country, and that's where they should be. They're experienced. Their guards are experienced. Inside, they got big bodies, athletic bodies. So, real difficult assignment. Great opportunity, but very tough team to match up with their depth and experience.
What do you think of their speed? A lot of coaches, after they played them, spoke just about how shocked they were, how fast they were.
Well, their length, their quickness, they get so many hands on balls. I spent yesterday watching them on film all day, and just how many deflections and how many hands on balls they get. It's really impressive. Just their activity, and then they just keep throwing people at you. They're deep, so very athletic, very aggressive, very physical team. So. Our guys are going to have to really be prepared.
Small sample size, but you guys have been a little bit of a roller coaster. I mean, do you have a sense for kind of who you guys are, kind of what the character?
No, not really. It's still a work in progress. We've tried to make a few adjustments, tried to, figure out a lot more sets and that with some of our bigs, and trying to get them more comfortable guarding on the perimeter, which has not been easy to do. I think we're making a little progress, slowly but surely. I just got to, we've got to figure out, 40 minutes with, 8 or 9 guys, whatever we got, to really be active and really can compete on the boards. They throw it up there. Heck, their best offense, is throwing it up there and going and getting it, and so rebounding will be critical in this game.
Beginning of the year, you talked about how you were curious of how this team would handle physicality and the intensity of games because you couldn't simulate it in practice because of injuries. 3 games in, I feel like you guys are making progress there, and just the challenge that will come on Sunday with that.
Well, we're making progress, but you can tell that we're not making the progress we should be. Our practice yesterday, we just barely had 10 guys. We just you can't get the reps that you need, to make the progress you want to make, and that's just where we're at. So, we got to be smarter with our time. We got to be smarter with our reps. We're not going to get as many. We're trying to do, a lot of different combinations, which is hard to do, when you're moving guys back and forth from offense to defense. But the guys have stayed with it. They're trying to work with us. It's just going a lot more slowly than we had anticipated.
How do you try to derail an offense that's operating just as efficiently from a shooting perspective as they are? And I realize some of it's big guys close to the basket and stuff, but it's like their top 5 scorers, I think, are shooting all north of 40%, a couple of guys over 50%.
Well, again, a lot of that's offensive rebound putbacks, which is right at the goal. And, no, it puts a lot of pressure on your defense. You're going to have to limit them to one shot, try to make that shot contested. But the big problem is going and getting it. We've got to limit them as much as we can to one shot and keep those offensive rebounds down. And that'll take a lot of pressure off our defense if we can do that.
Is there anything you think you're doing the best right now? I mean, what are you happiest with what your group's doing?
Well, our blockout numbers are better than they've been. Definitely better than last year. So we've made a little progress there. Guys are being a little more physical, blocking out. We're going to have to do an unbelievable job on Sunday. I would hope that Keyshawn and Will, do a little better job handling the ball here, making some plays for the guys. You could see we hit a few threes the other day, and it kind of took the pressure off. We're not a great three-point shooting team, but we're definitely not a bad three-point shooting team either. So there's going to be nights where it might not fall, but the other day when we hit a few, It just gave us a lot of energy, which a lot of young teams get energy from hitting some shots. But we got to keep working at it, and got to make sure the ball moves, better. But the blockout numbers are good. Ball movement's got to get better. Turnovers got to cut down. And then we got to cut down on the communication mistakes we're making on defense. We're just not vocal enough, and we're just making way too many communication mistakes there.
You're going bigger in general, but particularly on the offensive side. Has that, do you think, impacted Will in terms of his willingness to go to the rim right now? Because I'm assuming it just clogs up the middle a little bit more when you have another big body in there.
We aren't, the offense isn't as spread, as it usually is. However, as Nate and Khalil start to improve their three-point shot, I think it will give us some more opportunities. Dante's the only one that can't shoot a three, and if Khalil and Nate can show a consistency, a good percentage of hitting those threes, that will open some things up for us. Right now, like Montana State went to the zone just to keep the ball out of Dante's hands and try to make us hit threes because we hadn't. And so I think the floor can get spread, if those two guys can shoot a little better. But with the two guys in there, a lot of the action that we have, it is going to tighten things up a lot.
What are your thoughts on just what makes Sasser so good? Just how do you defend a guard like that?
Yeah, he's a natural scorer. He's got just a basketball savvy about him. He's aggressive offensively. He's got a lot of experience. So no, he's a tough matchup. He's one of the best guards we'll go against all year. And this it's a great opportunity for us. This is as good a team, maybe better than anybody will play. And it's going to be a big challenge for us. But I think our guys are kind of looking forward to it. We have been like this, and our practices have been like this. But we got to start sometime. And I'm looking for a great effort. I'm hoping our guys will compete.
One of the student workers in our office the other day, she said she thinks a lot of students are pretty fired up to show up on Sunday. Just what's your sense for what the environment could be like, how much that could help you, but just how you feel like you guys will respond to maybe playing with some real energy in the building?
Oh, we definitely need it. The pit crew really tried. The first couple games we let them down so badly against Irvine, but they're trying. So I really appreciate those students who choose to support us. We really need them. And I want them to know the team really appreciates it. We really appreciate it. We want to give them the effort so they want to come see us play. But it is an opportunity to see the number 2 team in the country, and we've had 2 really good games with Houston. Then last year wasn't. So we've got to compete like we have previously.
As early as it is, Dana, how big is not just Sunday, but this whole next week, and that these are all big games, they're all big marquee opponents, and not just in terms of your guys' schedule, but when the conference has gotten off to a pretty rough start, and league play may not be the greatest by way of quality of wins.
Well, I understand what you're asking, but we just got to try to get it better. It's I know it's got implications, but right now our guys don't need to worry about that. They need to worry about playing better. That's we're not. We shouldn't be concerned with that. We should be concerned with getting things in order to try to beat Houston. We've got a tough 8-day stretch here. Great opponents. Great opportunity. We got to take the guys we got, go swing away, and see what we can make happen. But as a ball team right now, we got to continue to make progress with the guys we got. Hopefully, get some guys back to give us some depth, to give us some shooting, some more guard play. But it is right now. We got to make progress.
Possibility, Brennan or
No. this way for a while yet.
Is the timeline in Brennan? Just then we saw that he was out of the boot.
It'll be a while yet. I'm not sure with, I doubt it won't be next week. So he won't play in Portland. So we'll have the 8 scholarship athletes and our 3 walk-ons, through Portland.
Gabe got into the game early in the, not necessarily early, but in the first and second half. What have you just seen from him?
Well, it was the 1-3-1. He had some experience. We weren't able to get Tyrone. We didn't anticipate seeing, a full half of that. So we didn't get Tyrone many reps against the 1-3-1. So Gabe had experience running against it. Did a great job first half. Second half, he had a bad foul, but first half, he did a great job for us.
How valuable is he to this team?
Oh, heck. He's real valuable. We got 8 scholarship guys, those 3 walk-ons. Guys, see, we got to have 10 to practice, so that gives us 11. If it wasn't for those 3 guys, we'd really be in trouble, because the 4 guys that aren't playing. They're not practicing. They're not ever out there, so we got 8 scholarship guys and those 3 walk-ons. Now, we did add a couple walk-ons late, but, they haven't been cleared. They've just been cleared for practice. They haven't been cleared for any competition or anything, and they're so far behind. Those 3 guys were with us all summer, so they know our stuff and have a feel. So, those 3 guys, like I said, we couldn't practice without them. It'd be a little hard running 3-on-3 drills all the time.